Good morning, it's Jonathan Barrett with the morning debrief. It's 7:39, it's the 18th of May 2011. Bit of a rocky night last night, certainly cemented a few themes in my mind. Obviously the Dow was down, commodities were up, and dollar was relatively stable. That's about the nuts and bolts of it. I think some of the key concerns I do have at the moment is that the US tends to be slowing down. A bit of a contagion, obviously, in the debt concerns in Europe spreading to America. We're also seeing, I think, the manufacturing data in America last night was also lower. Guyton has got concerns in terms of issuing more debt, which he needs to. So I think that's certainly weighing on expectations for the market to try and move higher. One of the key things that it does is actually affects confidence. And people obviously just don't put their hands in their pocket and spend, and then you need people to spend in order to create economic prosperity. And that, I think, might basically start to falter, given we don't see any major returns, particularly out of the States. Also, Hewlett-Packard came out and changed its forecast in terms of its revenues, citing what's happening in Japan as a major issue. Anyway, let's see what happens from that. Let's just have a quick look at what happened last night, and then we'll go into a few bits and pieces. Okay, and I guess I got that chart here of the crude. It does look pretty good. If it breaks through 95, then you know, it's a different ball game. But I'll tweet on that. Anyway, let's have a look. The Dow was down 68 at 12,479. S&P down 0.49, and all a bit weak there. I guess the major news there: stocks retreat. Hewlett-Packard and economy. You're going through that there. It doesn't, as I said, it doesn't bode too well for the future. You can read here, Hewlett-Packard $1 billion from its full-year sales. Housing starts unexpectedly thin, and industrial output stalled. Doesn't present too much of a rosy picture, and of course the equity markets took a slide as a result of that. It's also it's not just in America; it's around the globe. European debt concerns are weighed on the European markets, and most of the markets there were down. Top 50 was down 31, FTSE 62. CAC was down 48, and the DAX was down 130. Not too flash in respect to what's happening there. Dollar index 75.48. This looks like it's about to roll over back to the downside. Needs to break through 74.640 in order to be encouraged by that. We might see a little dollar weakness. We have seen weakness across the board, but didn't play out in the commodity markets. But before we go into that, let's just have a look at some of the other currencies. Dollar yen, we added to our position last night, 81, around this level actually. And that spike move I thought was quite good. There you can see it there, and holding quite nicely, I think, around here. And that there's a little breach and pullback, which I do like. Looking at the daily charts here, I think that adds value to me. And you can just see there that you know, if we can get our break to new highs, then it looks good. On the Aussies are 106.21. Looks like we might get a bit of a lift there pretty soon as well. So just be careful of that one there. I think if it takes out this high here, better off reducing some positions. Here it is here. Takes out that area there, then she goes higher. I think that's the case. A little bit of divergence here too, by the way. So that gives a bit of a clue that she does want to trade high. Okay, so that's the currencies. On the equity markets, let's just have a quick look before we go into the commodities. On the equity market, now the R market did hold up quite nicely, but as we said, it's been falling back quite a bit. Now I think this whole big area is just quite complex. Yeah, we've been here since 2010, just going sideways. So although we're looking for a bit of a bounce soon, and we are getting close to our end, you can't rule out continued losses today in our local market. Okay, onto the commodities. Crude's the one which is pretty keen. Price action there. Well, at 95 is the level. That's the level we've spoken about for quite some time. Looks like we might get a bit of a bounce to the top side, but if you are short, I think probably take some profit off the table here and add on a break through 95. That would be my recommendation. Okay, having a look at gold. Gold 1486. Obviously, we did get quite a bit of a sell-off last night, and that you can see, it's just all it seems to be doing is just going sideways at the moment. So there's not a lot you can actually do about it. And there you can see there, it actually feels as if it's building on momentum for a test to the top side, and I actually support that that idea that that's what's going to happen. So I think a little bit of a lift there for crude, for gold. coming up. I do like this little bounce here, so quite happy for that to continue to trade higher. Okay, so that's the commodities. We mentioned crude, copper, steady, strong move there. We did have good demand there for stocks in America. That certainly supported the price. This actually feels as if it wants to trade higher, so I think that a little bit of correction is over the way. Being led certainly by the grain market. Corn 720, good strong move there. Wheat, good strong move, and soybeans okay. Corn data, as we know, have laboured it intensely as to what's happening in that market. So if you're not long and haven't been in long for a while, then there really is something you really got to change your earplugs or something. So it's just not right. Okay, in terms of economic outlook, Westpac consumer confidence today. Bank of England releases its monetary meetings. Construction output in the Eurozone. NBA mortgage applications in the States, and the Fed basically takes off his MOC, minutes releases FOMC meeting. So that's about it for the morning debrief. We're long dollar yen, we're long grains, as we know. I've got a small position in gold, which I don't really like, but I actually feel that we might get a little bit of a lift for the next 48 hours, so in commodities. So a slight lift there. I can't see how it's going to arrive, though. That's a big point because there's so much negative news out there. But on the crude, I think take some profits off the table. But as I said, I would add to a position on breakthrough 95. That to me is key. We have been short for a while, and I've been quite happy about that trade. That's it from me. Have a great day, and we'll certainly talk to you tomorrow. Bye for now.